We welcome you back to another edition of our Senior Spotlight Series here on JohnJAthletics.com. One started back in the summer of 2021 by my colleague and friend John Perez. We continue it roughly 3 years later. And what a way to get things started here in the summer of 2024 with one of the best softball players in program history for your John Jay Bloodhounds, senior third baseman Maleea Gallaspy. Maleea, thank you so much for joining me here on this Wednesday afternoon, or where you are out in Murrieta, California, in the morning still. How are things out on the West Coast?
It's good. It's been really hot recently.
Well, that is a good thing. I mean, there's storms going on here and tropical storms coming, along here. But I'm glad that we were able to have you here. And for those that don't know, Murrieta, California, southeast of Anaheim and Disneyland, and a lot of fun out there. Been there plenty of times. So thank you again for making us a part of your Wednesday afternoon. So let's get things started here. As we brought up, Murrieta, California native, and John Jay and New York, the entire state is nearly 2,500 miles east of where you've grown up. So why John Jay? How did that all come about for you?
Well, when it was COVID time and I was trying to figure out where I was going to go and what I wanted to do when I was growing up, I decided on my track. I wanted to do forensic psychology, but I also still wanted to play softball. So I decided to just do a Google search of the top forensic psychology schools in the country. And I got about the third search and it was John Jay. I clicked on them and they had softball and I was sold. I applied, only school I applied to. So it was either here or nowhere.
I would have to say, especially in the athletic department, one of the greatest decisions that the athletic department has seen. But for you now, after being here for 3 full years and going for your fourth and potentially fifth, what have your general thoughts? What have they been like now that you've been a part of this softball team? You've been a part of the John Jay community. What are your thoughts that you can potentially give to the next wave of John Jay perspective, not only student athletes, but also students in general?
Well, I've seen a lot grow since I've been here. I've seen our team grow, but I've also seen athletics grow in general. I came when the third floor was still being rebuilt. So I saw that build. I've been seeing all the new coaches, all the new programs come in. So I'm glad that I was a part of it when it was still growing, and I'm hoping that it continues to grow when I'm gone.
You look back, Maleea, to 2023, and I took a peek at these numbers, and they are just eye-popping. 2023, you were named CUNYAC Softball Player of the Year, but you were also named a statistical champion. Not one stat champ, but two. 569 batting average, led all of the nation in Division III. You started and played in all 43 games that John Jay had participated in. 82 hits, 32 doubles, and the stat champ, or the statistical champion that you were able to claim, was doubles per game, 0.74, which when you really round up is nearly a double per game. 46 ribbies, a 604 on base percentage. Now, despite the coaching change and whatnot, you were still able to pretty much put up fairly similar numbers this year. We'll get to that in a moment, but you look back at 23, and when you hear that you're a statistical champion, there's not many student athletes out there that can say that or have that recognition or honor. And you're also named Softball Player of the Year in the CUNYAC. What do you, when you hear that, what are your thoughts?
It's just odd to me to hear that because I'm like, wow, the entire country. But doubles are probably my best because I can't really hit that far. So they hit a little shy of the fence. So that's where my doubles come from. So I just worked hard. I've been playing since I was 5 years old. So I'm glad that it paid off in the end.
Is it fair to say, since you kind of brought that up there, you can't really hit that far, but is it, say, what is it about potentially hitting those doubles? Is it luck? Is it, directional hitting? What say you on that topic?
Well, I'm more of a contact hitter, less of a power hitter now that I've had all my injuries, but they go far enough to get over the outfield's head, but they just can't go far enough to get over the fence.
Maleea, this past season, 2024, interim head coach Joe Burbridge, he led you guys uh, following a coaching change, and you pretty much continued right where you left off. And there were, of course, two games that you had missed, and of course, it was two that I had attended back in St. Joe's of Long Island out in Patchogue. But 458 batting average, 45 runs, 49 hits, 26 doubles, sure, 6 doubles shy of your career high back in 23. 3 round trippers, a career high, 3 triples, 30 ribbies, and 6 stolen bases. What was it like for you to continue right where you left off following the numerous accolades that you accumulated back in 23?
It definitely felt good. I had to keep working, obviously, over the summer. Me and Felina worked a lot in fall and in spring to try to keep me healthy enough to keep going. We're always scared that another injury is going to take me out like it did last year, but thankfully it was only always for a game or two. So we're just trying to keep working and keep me healthy.
So you brought up how you've been playing softball since you were 5 years old, and for you to only apply at John Jay, and not only get in, but also, as we had brought up in the open, how you are one of the program's best players to ever suit up for the Bloodhound softball team. How has college softball helped you, not only in life, but how do you see college softball helping you, or help you rather, in your postgraduate life?
Well, softball at this program in this school has definitely given me a lot of opportunities just for the school that it brought me into. But outside of softball, I don't think I would have been as confident and had as many or felt like I wanted to reach out as much as I have. Now here I have friends, I have people backing me up. I feel more confident to go out and try to get what I want.
Yeah.
So it's definitely given me that confidence.
You look at John Jay College of Criminal Justice as a whole now, and you look at what spans all across 59th Street, all across 10th and 11th Avenues, and you say to yourself, there's a lot here. And how has the college community impacted your life as a whole?
Well, I know my freshman year I was in the dorms. So they did really good to ease you into New York City life. They would take you out on trips, they would do all of that. And then the college as a whole, they have so many different programs or opportunities or everything that you could ever think about to help you try to do anything you need in the community or in your own life.
That's really awesome. And now that when you come back here, you're outside of those dorms now with, I'm guessing, a few of your softball teammates and whatnot.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, good. So now I guess fair to say that New York City life, you have gotten accustomed to it. And it's safe to say that not only do you like it, but you also feel kind of like home again, 2,500 miles away. Is that fair to say?
I would say so. I lived there probably 9 months out of the year. I'm right near the school, so I'm right by Central Park. I'm a walk away from Times Square. I'm in the middle of everything.
Love it. Well, city that never sleeps, that's for sure. So really cool stuff there. Maleea, a couple of more questions for you, but you had brought up again forensic psychology is your major. And I know that this past summer you kind of took it easy. But adulting is coming very quick. Have you thought about your postgraduate plans yet, and what post John Jay life will feature for you, Maleea?
Well, I'm currently in the BA/MA program, so at the end of this senior year, I will still be in school doing my master's. And part of the master's experience for BA/MA is doing an externship. So I'm
Mm.
getting to ease right into a job that will give me experience that I could put on my resume. And hopefully, if it goes well enough, I could either keep that job or quickly ease into another one right after graduation.
And right after graduation for you have you zeroed in potentially on what, I guess, what specific job in forensic psychology that you would want, or are you still kind of floating ideas? Maybe you'll go this route or maybe go another route.
I know for a fact I want to do research instead of clinical, so I'd rather work in a lab instead of trying to talk to people directly and do the research behind the scenes.
Okay. And do we expect Maleea Gallaspy to be an East Coast native moving down the stretch, or do we expect you to head back home and, continue your career out there?
I think it just depends on where the jobs are and where I get a job. Wherever I can get the job, I'm going.
All right. Well, comfortable with potential relocation. A lot of prospective employers must love that. Our final question for you, Maleea, here on our reboot of Senior Spotlight on johnjathletics.com. Your lasting legacy, what would you want to be remembered as in the or on the softball program as one of the best bloodhounds to ever suit up for the softball program?
Well, obviously, I'm glad that I'm noticed or going to be remembered for my stats, but I'm also a captain this year. I was a captain last year, so I'm hoping that I'm also remembered as a good captain, that I helped all the incoming people, that I left a legacy in that way, that I wasn't just a good player, but I was a good captain and helped everybody.